of this squad, but it was decently picked up last year when they were a few different core members of the team, back when Whisper was still on the squad, for example, but it was always Stinger's hero. And they had a lot of success with it on Beast Coast, except for a single game, Avery. They lost one game at the Arlington Major. It was actually a game that eliminated them from the Arlington Major. And can you guess who it was against?
Arteezy?
No, they actually beat Arteezy at TI with it. But they lost to OG with the Chen, and that was what eliminated them from the Arlington Major and allowed OG to go just that bit further in the lower bracket. Now, in this group stage number 2 here at DreamLeague, we're already off to a bit of a rocky start for Beast Coast as they've given away first blood.
Maybe back down that road of the Chen loss, an old friend to welcome them. This looks like kind of a tough Chen game in some ways. I don't know how aggressive you can get with this hero anymore. If it was kind of the old Chen where you could be aggressive with early creeps and create roaming pressure, I think you'd have a lot more play options and messing with the TA, invading the jungle areas earlier. But you're not going to get boars off the beast lane because he's just going to go axes. You're not going to have the strongest jungle creeps because your persuasion got nerfed a bit. And then you have to play into Undying, and I've always felt that Undying is one of the worst Chen matchups. Unless you can reliably kill Tombstone, which they have Little Shredder. Sure. There's some hope there, but that's not always reliable. Like, if Snapfire dies first, the fight gets weird, this Tombstone just makes those pushes really difficult. So I'm kind of leaning towards OG a little bit here. I think this Undying Drow has proved a very tough cookie to crack for a lot of teams. And we'll see if they're up to the task. We did see that Hector Terrorblade go quite ham. I'm expecting great things. Another Assault Cuirass, as was mentioned, perhaps on the menu.
Yeah, and another thing that Beast Coast or this squad used to do quite a bit, Stinger and Hector, was that they would, when they draft Chen, they would very often draft Illusion Heroes for Hector. Now, maybe that is just coincidence because Hector drafts a lot of Illusion Heroes, but maybe it's a part of their strategy of just overwhelming zoo push.
What is happening right now?
An attempt to stop a pull. That is not working. So instead, farm a neutral wave.
Okay, that was actually kind of cool. I guess he got a big camp out of it.
He gets level 2 off of it.
Oh, pretty nice. I gotta keep that trick in mind. It looked really weird. I wasn't sure what he was trying to do, but I guess that ends up working out. You don't get the pull stop, so Taiga's going to be happy with that one, and it's going to reset equilibrium here as K1 takes his wave under the tower. So where this wave ends up is probably not going to be too happy for Beast Coast, but Hector will be happy because he doesn't have to spend any region.
And Stinger will be happy for killing a courier.
Oh, that's a pretty nice courier to kill. Prevents a lot of the region going to this Beastmaster, so he's sitting on nothing. Probably can't abuse it with this lane. That's always a downside. He's illusion carries with Chen, unless it's the Chaos Knight. I feel like your aggressive potential is non-existent.
Yeah.
Which can be sad for this hero because then you just have to get the levels the hard way. Which is, I guess, pulling creeps to big camps and killing them.
You know, I find it interesting. He's level 2, but he still hasn't leveled that second ability yet. I guess waiting to see if there's a penitence kill opportunity with Metamorphosis.
There's still that build you can go, where you can go Medallion, Solar, Drum. Not necessarily in that order, but you get those 2 big items and you max Penitence, and the right-click burst is significant. I would actually prefer that build because I just think Divine Favor does not exist anymore. The spell has been taken out of the game. Maybe later it's okay as an armor aura, but early on, like 1 armor in 1 region, is that worth a skill point?
It's truly terrible.
I just don't think it is. You're better off buying a branch on each of your heroes.
Yeah, seriously.
Stinger will lose his courier in return, and he will take that penitence. It's kind of what I want to see. The talents for penitence are not bad either if you can get there. It's usually you don't get there with the experience, but get plus 225 damage, plus 12% slow. It's almost like Valve are sending you a message through the Chen airways.
They really want you to level penitence and not go divine favor because they nerfed it out of existence. I see.
Centaur will chase Taiga all the way back to his base.
Get him. Get him, boy.
He gets another pull-off. OG being really annoying in this offlane. Downside is DM's net worth is suffering as he does get zoned off these waves. Meanwhile, Schofield finding the kill on the Undying. Not first blood, because Sacred fed that earlier, but that's still a big kill to get. Anytime you can take this Undying off the early laning phase, you're super happy. You're removing it from his highest damage window. Double strength lane into Undying. Where are you at now, Brian? Shambles.
At the same time, he does come back with full mana and then just starts spamming decay on you again. So,
yeah, but you already have boots on both your heroes up here.
Yeah, that's true.
This lane's going better than I would have expected. And, I mean, they're going to pull some more waves for themselves on top of it. Extra XP going into Schofield. It's got to feel nice for Beast Coast here.
I like that. Sacred covers the pull by making sure Yuragi can't come in and hit him with some frost arrows and generally just be kind of annoying. So they'll just tank the creep wave and try and keep it right in front of their tower. Just nice. DM, he's gonna maybe die here. Yep, the final hit comes in from Stinger. Didn't really need too much help from his carry, honestly. Hector was just able to focus on CSing.
Warmed down through that regen differential. Remember, that courier snipe earlier prevented DM getting any tangles on his lane, and that's what results in that kill. So little early pickups here for Beast Coast, making it work.
So we got the double ensnares. Doing a lot of damage to Taiga, kicking him out of lane once again.
Chen's felt pretty nice so far.
Yeah,
I like the impact. He's zoning Taiga, forced the lane pull, got a good courier snipe, gets a kill for Hector. Hector's free farming down here. Prevent the boar levels from the beast, who DM is still skilling it, but he does not want to summon them on the lane. Some nice early pressure coming out.
Yeah, I mean, the wins that they've gotten with this Chen.
Look at this nets for the meta.
Trying to kill them. Nice glimpse back. That'll actually save DM's life. Meanwhile, mid lane, a little 2v2 action. Nothing's going to come of it. But the wins they've gotten against international teams are not insignificant. I mean, they played half of their games against South American teams, but Team Aster, Entity, Shopify, Rebellion, all three of those teams they've beaten with Chen on the big stage.
That was a slightly different Chen, I think.
What, back of the Aster period?
I think that Chen, if we're talking Arlington Major, that was a really broken Chen.
No doubt. But more so, it just says that Stinger's pretty proficient with the hero, at least, right?
Or that Chen was just Omega broken. And it made up for him being terrible. No, his Chen is good. He's been playing it for a long time. He plays the micro heroes. Beast Coast busting it out of nowhere when you thought it wasn't viable. And he is going that Medallion Penitence build. I'm happy to see, because I think that is the viable route on this hero if you are going to play him. It'll also help bring you into the early Roshan here if you're Beast Coast.
He's not going to get the courier. Let's see if he gets out with his life.
He's trying to bait him back with it.
Yeah. I mean, he does have 7 stick charges. He's going to pop it, go for the TP out with the melt. It does far too much damage against a hero with no armor.
Now the question is, was that worth it?
I think it would have been worth it if he went a little loop, you know? If he, instead of just putting himself back in that corner, if he just did a little circle around,
That's probably close to even for BZM. The upside is you gave some XP to Chu on the mid lane, who is struggling in that top. So now he's almost up to level 4. Maybe you can play some more for this triangle stacks, which Taiga's been getting up the entire time. That is the comeback mechanism for DM after a very rough laning phase, sitting at level 4, bottom 4 net worth below the Chen. He's had a rough time in this lane. Beast Coast have played it damn well.
Nice catch. I don't know what happened here, but a rotation from Dark Mago does result in a kill on Yuragi. Do you think Chen plus Ember Spirit, you think they can maybe invade and take some of those stacks away?
Possibility. It's just hard. You really need level 5 on Chen to start stealing these stacks efficiently. You could bring everybody there if you're Beast Coast. It's an option with some of the early creeps.
It's definitely something you're going to have to constantly think about, right? Because it's not just Beastmaster, it's Drow and TA. Yes. Like, all three of these heroes use the triangle.
I think it's a fight you think about if you're Beast Coast for sure. Especially if you can get to level 5 on Chen, because they know what's happening. It's been scouted with the creeps from Stinger.
Oh, nice toss away.
Mago. EZM some more.
He gives them an opportunity. Oh, they got the chains with the kisses. Nice TP in from Sacred. One of the big advantages of this core Snapfire is that your TP in is actually much more impactful because you could just instantly drop the kisses. You don't have to like actually run into a fight or anything.
That's the product of Shu being forced off that top lane. They got a lot of extra levels on Sacred. He's able to easily join that fight, clean him up, clean up the tombstone.
Double tornadoes. Stinger.
He's going
to take a decent amount of this.
They're coming to kill Taiga as well with another meta pop. This safe lane has proved dividends.
Nice sandwich.
Now you give him a boar on top of it. It's Chen's level 5. He's cruising.
It really is.
Why was no one playing this hero?
Those tornadoes, man, are so crazy. Oh, surrounded by too many heroes.
The boulder from the shard golem.
Burn him out. BZM lost his refraction so quickly with that full army behind him, plus the flame guard.
Honestly, this is just an impressive Chen performance already. He's done so much off the laning phase alone, which is normally where this hero can suffer. On trying to get to level 3, trying to get to level 5. Stinger's just made it look easy, making this hero look busted.
They know Schofield's here. They do. And TP out. Nice. Very nice. Didn't even TP back to base, which he doesn't have any HP, but...
He just went mid, so he can still join some plays here. Soak that mid XP as Dark Mago is looking for Yuragi top round 2. Doesn't have a haste rune, but he's level 9.
Sacred with 2 whiffs in a row against Chu. That elusive zombie. It's got some moves, I guess.
Now they want to punish Stinger, who's just been farming your triangle here for what seems like forever.
And they will be able to put him down.
Yeah, they are tired of this Chen. Almost killing Taiga with the creeps. It's a lot of attention that a 5 is soaking up on the map right now.
Yep.
In fact, so much attention that you're just losing your top tower. As Chu had to vacate the area, he has not gotten early tombstone fights or kills. Set him back a decent amount levels-wise. I don't think they're going to give him the tome either, because you kind of need this tome going to Taiga, who's going to eat it up to get level 6 on Disruptor, which means Chu is going to have to make up his ult somewhere else in this game. Got to get that team fight.
Similarly, Stinger is going to get his level 6 very soon, so that'll be a big boon in team fights. And they might need it. OG. Smoke rotation. Back into the safe lane after you lost your tower. That's very interesting.
And the smoke did not pop how they wanted it to.
Nope, and the kisses are raining in. Might be able to get the kill on Taiga. Always getting the shots on point, and the sleight of fist finishes them off. Very nice. Schofield TV going to look for an avalanche tossback. The tombstone does make things a lot more difficult.
That's just plus 125 right there, though.
Yep, true.
Sacred eats it up with the Mortimer alligator. What is this thing actually? Is it crocodiles and alligator?
His the Chen's beast.
No, the Mortimer mount.
Yeah, the Mortimer. Reptile of some sort, yeah.
Spooky sound effects. Another meta. Hector has gotten a lot of value out of the metas this game. Feels like every one he's either gotten a kill or some tower pressure. This is an active Terrorblade.
And in fact, that kill on Taiga, he got both with it. A kill and a tower.
And the upside is when your Terrorblade's this involved and you're going this Penitence Medallion drum build on Chen, the physical damage amp is going to be very fast out of the gate.
You think that's
aura?
You think that's Stinger's call, or you think that's Hector's call?
That's Hector's for sure. Team fight breakout. Hand of God gonna heal everybody up. And do you have the damage here if you're OG? Does not look like it right now.
No, you certainly do not.
Especially
looking for the toss. It gets it on the illusion. Can the illusion finish him off? Maybe. Oh, Yuragi dies. K1 Hector picks up a double, and Mago gets a third kill out the gate.
This game is getting out of control for OG very quickly, just off the lane pressure from Beast Coast. And the issue is your lineup is kind of predicated around this TA Beastmaster, Undying, getting Ancients, getting Roshan, kind of taking those objective-oriented fights. If you don't have anywhere to go on the map, and all of a sudden Beast Coast at some point just walk in the Roche Pit with the Penitent and Shrums, you're going to be in a world of pain. As Hector gets involved in another killing spree for the 3-0 and 2 Terrorblade.
Yeah, where's the Hector that only cares about creeps?
Are we sure this is Hector?
Yeah, might be somebody else.
This isn't his twin brother?
Maybe it's a negotiation. Stinger says, I will get you the prospecting aura if you help me kill heroes.
That's true. Is he running it around on him, though? He's not. That's the problem. You gotta put these creep on somebody.
He's got drums. Oh, man. Penitence, drums.
This is gonna hurt. I mean, he's taking your tier 2 bottom. There's nobody here.
Knock, knock.
The rally is just going to town. Flag bearer creep. Finally, DM shows up. That's 2/3 of your tier 2. This is a lot of map pressure coming out from a 5 that OG do not feel like they want to respond to. Just trying to out-farm the map right now. Get back in a position where they can take teamfight with some big core items. It's going to be Deso for BZM. He's halfway there. And probably this Hurricane Pike for Yuragi.
I like how farming the enemy ancients is simultaneously a sign that you are having a great game or a sign you're having a terrible game. Just depending on the circumstances, right? Are you farming the enemy ancients because your entire jungle is covered and you have to sneak in farm wherever you can? Or is it because you own the map and you're able to take the enemy's map away from them?
And in some cases, it's one and the same.
In this case, it's definitely BZM just scrounging for whatever farm he can find because his own triangle, his own jungles, completely occupied by Beast Coast forces.
That's a BZM courier going down on the back of that with the hammer. Gonna slow his farm rate a little bit as he hides in the shadows. You can hide, but Roshan can't. And another meta usage. It's gonna yield Hector some more gold than just getting the neutral creeps. This might be one of the most active Beast Coast games I've seen in a long time. Everybody joining in on the party.
Kind of feels
united
like
behind the Chen.
Feels like everybody's kind of taken from each other here. I mean, we've talked about how the SA and NA teams are employing a faster push. Liquid is obviously playing some very fast Dota. Have been for quite some time. But this push element especially. Beast Coast bringing it back now with the Chen pickup.
One of the nice interactions with these Chen and Enchantress lineups versus the Beastmaster as well is when you push Beastmaster, he does not respond well often. He does a little better nowadays with the Axe build or the Auras, but in general, push heroes are susceptible to other push heroes. So if you get there faster, they kind of just have to trade somewhere on the map, but they're not that great in the 5-on-5 when they're behind on the Auras, behind from the Aegises. And they're going to try and take the fight, finish off the Chen first. That's a good target.
All right. Big team fighter support is gone. OG will once again defend their tier 2 just in time. Schofield's going to be caught here, or is Schofield doing the catching? He tosses them back in, does manage to get the blink over. The kiss is raining in, though, and the beautiful chain lines up a blast. Sacred is able to get one, Mago the other. Yuragi and Taiga both fall, and hey, another 125.
I think he's got every tombstone in this game. Just cleaning him up with the level 1 Shredder. Max value. 3 tombstones. Yeah, he's gotten every one. Or I guess that doesn't necessarily mean he got everyone, but...
Of the tombstones that have died, he's gotten everyone.
And now you're just looking high ground. 17 minutes? Are we this bold? Without the Chen? Hector says no, but Dark Mago says I'm going to slap it once.
No reason not to. Might as well at least get the farm if it's safe. And they can take the outpost. They've got other tier 2s that I'm fairly certain they can get pretty easily at this point. And then, I mean, the rest of the game, in some ways, kind of plays itself for Beast Coast, right? They're probably just going to wait until they get Scotty on Terrorblade, and then maybe second Roshan.
I don't even know if you wait second Rosh.
Yeah.
I think you have meta here. I could really just see early high ground push coming through, forcing OG back to their base.
Now, there is a certain bit of urgency for Beast Coast, right? Because Terrorblade does not like the Drow Ranger matchup.
Definitely doesn't. But we've seen Hector fight through these counter matchups with the itemization, with the AC. Some of these Blink Terrorblade builds can just get on top of Drow. Yep. When you're a head net worth like this, the matchup does not matter. You're just going to get outpaced and outdamaged. So there's some urgency, but it's not very urgent. It's some slow urgency here. As Beast Coast continue to push their way. I mean, we're still trying to get Helm of the Overlord out here for DM as it flies on the courier. But you're bleeding on the map.
Sacred, now it's his turn to do a little bleeding. Or a lot of bleeding.
Is it? Chen heal.
Maybe a little bit of healing. Tries to cookie back in. Oh, he gets away. Oh, the trap.
Damage.
No, not enough.
Mech, Hand of God, Big Wand. A lot of EHP on Grandma here. BZM ended up going BKB over that Deso as well. So maybe that courier snipe helping delay it a bit. Feels like he just needs to be able to man up in the fight, prevent a big Sunder going off if it happens. But you're going to miss a lot of this early burst damage.
Boy, Yuragi is poor, man.
Let's say that again.
Yuragi is poor, man.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Jesus. He's half his net worth.
That's a rough graph. At least it's not going down.
Sure, that is true. he could be losing net worth. I've seen some carries lose some net worth when a game like this happens.
Yeah, you've casted some NA matches in your time.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Seen a couple items killed. This is the early high ground push that I don't think you have to wait. Scotty,
trying to go for the toss back. Taiga defends himself with the Static Storm, gets the glimpse back on Schofield, and will not be saved by the cookie. So
I was
Rocky,
a little over anxious there.
Yeah, he really wanted. I mean, you kill the Disruptor, then your Siege feels pretty safe, I think. But Taiga just a little bit faster than Schofield.
Well, you got OG back, but I do think that push should have gone better for Beast Coast. I think you just let the creeps go higher and you're going to see somebody, then you make the tiny jump. Just doing it preemptive there. Not the correct order of operations. Still, you will get the Scotty on Hector. He is very strong. Keep pressuring the map, keep farming it up, keep building the auras. Now you're at the point where Chen is going to start to scale, and Stinger has Shard as well. So that Hell of the Overlord, you got nothing out of it here on DM. And now you got to be careful of when you put that in the fight, because it's going to get yoinked.
Yep. He's got the Shard already on Chen, and can only have one Ancient right now. Gets another 2 levels, so he can have a second one.
You can't always yoink it back. That's kind of the upside.
Yeah, I guess you just kind of make sure it's Helm of Overlord is off cooldown.
DM is just going to feed it here. Miss Micro, double Boar, and Ice Shaman.
Oops.
That's a lot. This is a lot of gold. You don't want to be giving these summons up on the map. It's also map pressure. If you hide it in the trees, maybe they leave, then it comes back out.
Yeah, it also
nice
means he has to take farm away from his other carries.
Yeah.
He has to take one of the Ancients away from them.
And meanwhile, the Dark Troll army.
Yeah, the triple
has
trolls.
Built in Isengard.
The Urukai.
Feast upon their flesh.
Towers are back on the menu, boys. BZM tossed back beautifully by Schofield for yet another pickoff, and the tier 2,
my God.
the final tier 2 will fall.
The skeletons are coming. This is not the time to die.
Marching towards victory. Static Storm will actually maybe kill the army. So there goes a lot of skeletons.
It's one way to pad the stats. Just got 15 last hits
Oh,
out
the
of
final
that.
kiss nails him.
All right, who's Hector sundering here? Who's going to be the victim?
It's definitely Stinger.
It's definitely going to be Stinger.
It's
I agree.
100%.
It's coming. You might not know it. It's coming.
Another toss back. Schofield goes for a second round to much applause.
Trade his life out. Just don't have Tombstone right now. It's dead, and that's your biggest AoE control. Without that, there's not much dissuading the push, as the buffs all flow onto Hector here.
Oh, they want to stick around, finish up that barracks.
Not going to get finished here.
Okay.
I think he could have manned up. Still had Sunder in the tank.
I think so too, but
They will show mercy.
they will.
They will take their time to rebuild the Troll Summoner armies.
Oh, he's going to add a mage alongside all those soldiers. So there's a little bonus armor for the Terrorblade before we get the AC, which he's got to build eventually, but I believe right now he's going BKB. Yep. And then he'll go AC. So this isn't even like the strongest the Beast Coast is going to be. Like a much bigger push comes when they get second Roshan plus BKB AC. And that'll just be overwhelming, perhaps. Schofield is going to be caught here.
Just going to break that smoke and tank it for the boys.
Does have Mago with a BKB right on top of all these heroes.
He's dealing a lot of damage.
Sacred does not have kisses, but Mago by himself can get one.
They can glimpse him back.
They can't
Don't
get
even
a
need
Static
it.
Storm on him. He's dead now. Okay. Trading out some kills, definitely good. Now the kisses are up, though. OG, got to be careful. Uragi, he needs some help. Gets a little bit for the slow rip, throws out the damage, but Hector pops BKB. Nice. Hurricane Pike gets over the Roshan cliff and gets away. Boy, that was a dangerous position there for OG.
Trying to bait him into this tombstone that was hidden in the pit. It's a nice attempt at a fight there. You got to start making Slain happen, because if you give up that next Roshan, that high ground defense looks really rough.
Yeah.
I respect that smoke. You get something out of it. You get a big Ember kill. That's going to help your TA get back in this game as he crawls his way to even net worth. It's a nice move. Honestly, these moves are hard. To make the 5-man moves when you're this behind, you know Beast Coast are going to expect that they have high ground position. Just a tough situation.
I do kind of wonder that was a little bit disjointed of Beast Coast, and we've seen this happen with them before.
We have.
Hector and Stinger were both walking away from that fight, whereas Mago and Sacred were walking towards it.
It's definitely something that can happen with this team in the team fights. I'm not sure what causes it. It's probably just Hector wants to farm and they want to fight.
Yeah. I mean, Mago certainly knows he is very strong and probably felt like he could take them all there. He was incorrect about that.
I don't know what he's doing up here, but maybe he doesn't either. Nonetheless, you know, one way to sync up that team fight when your carry wants to farm, Cap, is you just throw him in.
Oh, okay.
We have Ags on Sacred.
I thought you were going to say always listen to the carry. That's my rule.
No, you never listen to him.
No,
Instead, you gobble and chuck his ass in the middle of the engagement and say, I'm syncing you up with the Ember, whether you like it or not, Hector.
That sounds like a great way to get your carry to kill his items.
I thought that's the goal of every Dota game.
Successful reports?
I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, that's why I subscribe to Dota Plus. When I go in the game, that's one of the goals. It's like the 3-star objective, get your carry to kill 3 items. I get that every time on US East.
Man, you're so good. Avery is a man who focuses on objectives.
That's what they should make. They should be updating Dota Plus. They should make Dota negative.
The griefer bingo?
It's a bunch of griefer goals.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What's the free space in griefer bingo?
End mid.
Yeah. Stinger gonna be caught out here, but Schofield gets, once again, the Static Storm stops him from being able to get this toss back. Taiga does have Schofield's number, but Beast Coast is just so much stronger in these fights, perhaps. Maybe not. Uragi.
Tombstone is destroying them. It's back in the pit. They can't see it.
Yeah, they can't get to it. Roshan's dealing with it slowly but surely.
He actually is killing it.
He's doing it just one creep hit at a time. Oh, BCM goes in pretty deep there. K1 Hector is still around with this meta.
I mean, he has BKB too.
Okay, Roar's going to stall him up. Uragi does manage to get away. They manage to get the chains onto BCM. He's got a BKB.
There's the launch.
Oh, the send! Full send on out. Doesn't get the drow and gets glimpsed backwards, so couldn't even get one of the support kills. OG, I mean, considering...
They're pulling these fights out. They really are. And the Tombstone in the pit has done wonders for them both times. Nice positioning by Chu. And they're getting far back on these cores. That's a BKB finish for Uragi. On top of a Crystallis plus Shard for BZM. Some of the damage is starting to come in. If you can kite this Terrorblade around, kill everybody else, wait out the BKBs, get somebody caught in a Static Storm, that is a route to victory here. That meta will not last forever. Even without it, K1 feels strong enough to force Roshan.
Oh, got a Ghost Scepter, so that's a really nice. Gets the toss back on Chu without immediately dying. K1 Hector's just kind of charging forward at Uragi, now running backwards. The retreat back to their high ground.
Oh, what a creep launch. It hit 3.
What a beautiful hit, and the follow-up jump-in cookie.
Oh, Sacred.
Woo, that was beautiful.
Absolutely decimates them. Doesn't need to throw Hector, and he's just throwing a Chen creep. I don't even know what that was. Doesn't matter. It's a brick to the face. That slaps down any hope OG had of contesting this Roshan. That's also the difference when Schofield actually finds a jump. When he finds a dying first, forces an awkward tombstone that instantly gets killed by Shredder, all of a sudden your zone control goes out the window.
Yeah.
And the committal is way easier for Beast Coast.
DM is cutting waves while this happens, but watch that one again.
It's also a product of how far ahead Hector is in this game. You just can't focus him.
Yeah, it was a bore, and he ends up force staffing into it. A triple hit for Sacred, followed up by the double cookie. Beautiful stuff. Just head back into the game where Beast Coast are going to finish up this Roshan now.
A quick little Sunder on Stinger. Remind him who the one position is. Stay down, son. That'll be Shard Aegis to Dark Mago here. Suddenly Ember is a huge threat in these fights. You're going to have to deal with him twice. I don't think you can deal with Hector once. So who can you deal with? I guess troll skeletons. Clear them out first.
You can handle those, yeah.
The issue is the initiation is coming to you whether you like it or not now. As the gobble up is going to send somebody in. However, big Ags pickup for Taiga. I don't know how he got an Ags this game. But he did get one. I guess Brown Boots Windlace into Ags. That'll do it. His net worth is entirely this item. You're gonna need a big Ags drop if you're Taiga here.
I am very surprised that Beast Coast is gonna go high ground before they have this AC. He's like flying it out to him right now.
I don't think he can die though.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
What is gonna kill him? Very defensive Tombstone trying to bait out the fight. They will catch Schofield on another awkward jump.
Yeah, and he is not getting away. Knows it too. Even if he could get back to his team, he'd just be glimpsed. Speaking of,
They got him before the John.
Get Mago. Oh, he gets the BKB off before the Ag Static Storm.
Ooh, did he know it was coming? I don't know if he did, but either way,
so.
Lucky to get out of there. That would have been Aegis. I'm gonna try slowing down Hector, get some stacks on him. Kisses to try and cover, reposition. Taiga steps too far. Big Centaur coming in. Stomped. Silence.
Stomp. Cookie goes forward, and Hector does manage to get off the Sunder. That's a little bit of HP, and Yuragi's going to be forced backwards here. Mago's going to chase.
It's going to commit.
After him, and...
Doesn't have BKB here.
Yeah, that's going to be his first life. Another great shot from Sacred. Boy, this man's a goddamn sniper out here with these globs. Or maybe an artillery man. He is going to try and back away, but these traps and the slows from the frost and everything...
Yeah, but where's Hector? Hector's hitting your base.
Once again, Hector doesn't care what his team is up to. He just focuses on objectives. Classic
so
Hector.
There's no other carry player does this, man. It's just a full team fight raging. He's just hitting a range racks and leaves. Good luck, boys. I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Did finish up AC in the middle of that. The armor is online. That is a decent team fight for Beast Coast. Not a game ender. OG, hold on. We'll have another chance to get something happening with that Disruptor Ags that they were looking for. A bit easier when you don't have Aegis either. Maybe that was some of the hesitation from Taiga. Like, do I really want to Disruptor Ags this Ember with Aegis? Now he can just throw it on anybody. It's going to be a good go.
They got a scan on Schofield. They know somebody's up here, and they spot him with the Hawk.
Don't want to Ags ult Tiny, but I guess you'll take it. Only 80 seconds cooldown, not the biggest thing in the world. OG will just walk it off. Honestly, Schofield's had a rough one. I feel like he's had really good games this tournament, but even in this winning game, I feel like Schofield he's struggling to find the jump initiations.
I would say most of that is Taiga's good play of just like him instantly responding with Static Storm a lot of times.
Ooh. There's that Hector throwing. You have to toss me. That's what I always think of when I see this.
Absolutely.
Do you know that reference, Kat?
Referenced The Lord of the Rings twice in this cast. Of course I know.
I have to check, I don't know. Kind of culturally illiterate.
Culturally illiterate. How dare you?
Do you know that reference?
No.
Yeah, this is because you're culturally illiterate. Octarine from Sacred.
From Beast Coast.
Now you can toss Hector in on a faster cooldown. That's going to feel good. Oh, who's he throwing?
They're just going straight into it.
I mean, why not? You still don't have an answer for Terrorblade. All your damage is physical, and now he has AC plus 28 armor on Terrorblade here. You are not piercing that. The Chen aura is in full effect.
Avalanche goes
Dark
out. They
Mago.
spotted the Disruptor, and they wanted to be able to go for that kill. Roar goes out. Taiga
Not
trying to
even close.
reset, trying to keep this static storm, which is so important for them to be able to win a fight. But at the same time, they're losing BZM. He just dies, chased down by Hector, who this time decided to hit heroes first and buildings after.
He'll get them all.
He's going to
Megas.
get another toss back.
Why leave? You can just end the game.
Absolutely. BKB goes out.
Oh,
there.
throw him in.
Toss backwards, but throwing the Terror Blade on top of the two of them. Yuragi overwhelmed by the damage. Once again, the cookie chains the stuns perfectly.
Look at him,
Yes, they
glimpse
do
back.
have buybacks, though.
This is their chance to get Hector max hypo stacks on him.
Silenced, Avalanche. Oh, the silence is weared out. He can get a thunder off, but he can't do it in time. The silence just lasted too long, and now the high ground fountain fight for OG will allow them to defeat Beast Coast in a single fight. But they are completely exposed now.
The gobble up betrays Hector in the end because it sets up for the glimpse. And buybacks are enough to secure the big Terror Blade kill. You know, even after Omegas and all of that, that gold lead only changed by 2,000 gold. So that is an OG victory. We should note that 12,000 damage done by Dark Mago in that engagement. That is a significant amount of damage.
That is a lot.
As Hector did almost none, just clearing through the buildings.
Boom.
Get Goomba Stomp.
2-for-1 special there.
Hector's like, hey, you toss me in one more time, I'm going to kill you after this game. Thanks. I know that Hector smile. That was not a, we owned them, guys. That was, see? Stinger, we're gonna meet outside after this game? Do that to me one more time? What did we have a talk about earlier? Sacred? What did we have a talk about? I hit buildings, you guys hit heroes. Thank you. Stay in your lane.
You stay in your lane. Do not push me into your lane. Hector is going to try and chase down Yuragi. Instead, we'll get you.
I mean, you have double damage here. It's kind of sad you can't take this.
Yeah.
Nice
He's gonna
BKB to
pop
avoid the
BKB.
toss.
Nice static storm.
They got both supports.
2 supports, and Hector is zoned out of it too, so they're going to be able to get both the supports cleared through the illusions. Mako is in.
And he's out.
And he's
back
not
in.
out. He's going to pop his BKB to stop the glitch.
Heavy committal here. If you can kite this for OG, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, the BKB's wearing out. It's gone now. Can they get any stunts on him?
Yuragi manning up. They're going to chuck Hector in again.
Once again, throw him after Yuragi. Try to hit him with the cookie. Not quite. BZM hidden away. They don't have detection.
He's getting nothing. OG kited it.
Dire's middle tower
Somehow they escape
Dire's middle tower
with
has
nobody dying.
And that was 2 buybacks on Beast Coast.
Both supports committing to that fight. Remember, Megas are still pressuring your base, so you lost tier 4s that whole time. The creeps are doing the work as Schofield finally
Schofield gets his victim.
finds BZM. No buyback for Templar Assassin. Another gobble up. Not sending Hector in this time. The team talk has been had as he wants the throne.
Hector hits the buildings, and Beast Coast hit the heroes. And that seems to be a recipe for success in this game number 1. Beast Coast claim victory.